Yeah, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Eli the Rebel. Welcome back to another episode of the NCAA Coaching Carousel Dynasty here on the channel. Today, we have a lot of work today in today's episode, man. Because if you haven't seen the last episode, click the iCard top right so you fully understand the context of what's going on. Now, on to today. Today is first of all, I'll knock this out really quickly. Recruiting update. We lost one middle linebacker out of our 10, and that was Eric Ward. We lost him not this week. We lost him after the loss to Oklahoma, and then we simmed one more game, which we will show you like really quickly after this. But this is our 9 prospects moving forward. I'm more excited about the 5 stars for sure. So I put the extra 10 points on this Terex Alexander kid from Downey, California, simply because he has the down arrow. So hopefully we can get back in good graces with him. Next, we're going to show the results of the one sim game that led up to today's episode, which is going to be another doubleheader. We beat Louisville for the first win of the season. We simmed that game. It was a road game, and we won 56-26. Albert Peterson had a fantastic day throwing the ball, 19 for 28, 313 yards. He had 3 carries. Doesn't show the yardage stats, but he somehow has 6 total touchdowns on the day. So it was a very high scoring affair. Hopefully we can replicate that performance today against UCF. In theory, if I could sim this game and win and beat Louisville, I should sim and beat UCF as well. But it's a rivalry game. I want to play one last rivalry game for you guys before Crystal Ball switches jobs, switches teams and things like that. And then the end of the episode, yes, the end of the episode today will consist highlights from USF at Clemson. This is a very important game, particularly for Chris Conley, aka Brent Reynolds. He's taking on his school that he originally committed to. He transferred out of Clemson. Now we're facing them at Death Valley. So stick around to see highlights for that. And also, today's episode will feature the debut of our freshman tight end. He's no longer suspended. However, we still have Clint Cook suspended for one more game, but that really doesn't matter. Today is the Elgin Watkins debut. We're going to see him for the UCF and the Clemson game. Should be a lot of fun to see whether he can live up to Willie Dudley's jersey number. Alright, so you're about to see UCF lose this coin toss really quickly, and I could have gotten ball at half like usual. I decided to receive and get ball first this merry-go-round, and it will later come back to bite me later on in this game. But for now, let's just focus on the opening kickoff, which I assure you won't be anything too crazy, right? Jamie Whitlock is our kickoff returner of choice and our punt returner, and all he does really is just go to the left sideline and go in for the first touchdown of the game. No big deal. No big deal at all. On the following possession, UCF comes back with a vengeance. Ball on the 29. And Jamie Whitlock just gets absolutely mossed by Montgomery on that catch right there. I believe Montgomery has been on the team the past, 3 rivalry games now. So he was in the first 2 rivalry games, and in this one, he goes up and gets that touchdown to tie the ball game 7-7. Now it's USF's chance to rebuttal. After that score, Peterson scrambles left and sees nothing but green grass. He'll just walk into the end zone for the touchdown here. It's now 14-7 USF. So early on, it's looking like a very high-scoring game, which is very fitting for a rivalry game. You want rivalries to have, high-scoring shootout affairs. USF finally gets a defensive stop on UCF. So with a minute 30 to go, it's a 3rd and 7. USF in the red zone. Peterson looking for Boyd on a slant, and it gets denied. So USF will only settle for 3, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, USF play action. Albert Peterson throws an interception. Not a great way to start the second quarter, that's for sure. That is definitely for sure. Following that turnover, UCF will end up scoring this touchdown right here to make it a 17-14 lead for the USF Bulls. You're going to see this connection again later on in this game. 12-87, looking like the New England Pats offense from back in the day. So be prepared for more scores. 2nd and 5, ball in the 17-yard line on the left hash. In the red zone, Taylor Brown in motion. Albert Peterson, it's an option run to Marcus McCall, and he's going to turn the corner and get into the end zone. You love to see Marcus McCall get into the end zone for once, you know? It really is. I even like fixed the sliders to try to get, you know, some better run blocking and things like that. And so far it's working pretty well. But the following possession, 12 links up to 87, this time over the top. Eric Roberson absolutely getting mossed on that play. It's honestly incredible. So this connection, as I mentioned with the first touchdown, it's only going to get stronger later on in this game. You best believe that. Best believe that. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. Marvin Dickinson is going to punt this ball away to the left sideline, and UCF takes it back to the house for 6. So they take the lead with that punt return for a touchdown. Less than a minute to go before the first half ends. UCF drops back to pass, and again, I don't know what's up with that animation, like late in halves, but you know what? We got to take what we can get at this point when you're down. You'll just take anything at this point. Garrett Nakfor with the interception right there. That will swing the momentum over very quickly. Unfortunately, USF ends up not doing anything after the turnover, so it will just be a field goal to end the first half, and the score will be 28-27 for UCF. First possession of the second half. It's a direct snap to the halfback, but he fumbles it, and it's Roberson that picks up the loose ball. That's another UCF turnover. It's a crucial 3rd and 10 here. Ball on the 41, right hash. Peterson drops back, looking for Lionel Boyd, and he reels it in. So the catch that Lionel Boyd was supposed to make last episode, he finally does it here on Rivalry Day. Look at that basket catch, ladies and gentlemen. However, that catch in triple coverage will go to waste, unfortunately. It's a 3rd and 8. Peterson throws it to Elgin Watkins for his first catch as a USF Bull, but unfortunately, USF will have to settle for 3 points here, so they'll get the lead, but it's only 30-28. After a UCF 3 and out, the Bulls drive down the field to the 31, but it's a 4th and 1. Can they convert? They will not. It's a turnover on downs, trying to run curl flats there. UCF's possession after the turnover on downs went all the way into the 4th quarter,
So 30 seconds into the fourth quarter, it's a fullback dive for 6 points. UCF gets the lead right back to start the fourth. After a USF 3 and out, it's 4th and 7, ball on the 34-yard line. UCF looking to throw deep, but they don't get the conversion. Tom Moan had other ideas. He's hyped about the 4th down INT for sure. Give the ball right back to the Bulls, man. Look at Tom Moan, 6'4" corner. You don't see those every day. It's a 3rd and 13 with 2.5 minutes left in this game. They complete the pass to Montgomery, but he fumbles the ball. Shaby's there to pick it up. So this may be a prime opportunity for USF to score. You would think it's a prime opportunity for USF to score. And this literally happened the play right after. Peterson looking for Joe Beard on the fly route. Ball gets tipped around. And of course, the white boy in the secondary scoops it up. Oh, that's not even... Bro, that was the middle linebacker? I'm literally just watching this back just like you guys too. Like, I always thought that was a free safety impact guy. That's a middle linebacker wearing number 5 and a visor and a roll net. Bro. And just when you think the shenanigans would stop, Campbell hands the ball off to Givens. He makes a man miss, makes 2 men miss. It's a fumble! And Tom Moan picks it up! Back to back turnovers in the span of 1 minute. And after a giant sack on 2nd down, it's 3rd and 22. Peterson has room to run, but tries to force one in there instead. The free safety, an actual free safety Vaughn, is there lurking, and that would probably end the game right then and there, folks. So the last rivalry game between USF and UCF comes out to a UCF victory for once. And, this game could have easily been won over, looking back on it. I mean, especially from the 3-minute to 2-minute mark of that fourth quarter, there were so many turnovers. You could not script that. You know, it was one of those things where, like, last episode, the script had, like, you know, it was against me winning in the last episode, especially the Oklahoma game. I felt that, you know, having to use a timeout to, you know, end the game, you know, late game was just, there's just not something that would happen every single day. It's not my fault I went AFK. I had to do something in real life. So, and you're going to also see in the individual stats, like Albert Peterson throwing the ball was just inexcusable. 0 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It's one thing if you throw 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. It's a completely different story if you throw none. Which is really, really sad in itself, really. And because quite frankly, Marcus McCall didn't run the ball like that to begin with as well. So, you know, this is not looking good. We are legit 1-3 going into Death Valley. We are 1-3 going into Death Valley. And we are finally here in Death Valley. This is the Brent Reynolds revenge game, as I would call it. He transferred from Clemson, is now with us. He's looking to get revenge in South Carolina, right where he was. So a very emotional game for Brent for sure. Hopefully we can get him, you know, going, and you know, he can ball out, unlike Marcus McCall against Oklahoma. That dude always freezes and stuff like that. They're going to highlight this quarterback who's 5th in the nation in passing yards and number 1 in TDs. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we can contain him in this game. Lee Corso's rocking with the Tigers for this one. I don't think I've ever played a game in this stadium. It looks very, very nice. And it's a night game too, so it's an electric atmosphere. Heads is the best. Pause. Clearly I was wrong when picking that, but we do get ball at half, and that's the important thing. After a clipping penalty on the kickoff, which brought the drive all the way back to the 23-yard line, first pass of the day was right to Eric Petway. Except the problem with that is that Eric Petway is a USF Bull and not a Clemson Tiger, so it looks like we're going to be starting both halves with the football, it seems. It's almost as if Eric ran the route for Clemson. Lol. It's pretty funny. The first USF offensive drive doesn't really go anywhere, but on 2nd and 15, Eric Roberson coming from the right side. Or the left side. That is the left side. Right side for if you're the offense, and it's a safety to start the game. A little less than 4 minutes left in the first quarter, and Bryant is gonna go and throw an interception to the other safety on our team. Yes, Garrett Knackfor gets the second INT. So both of our safeties are reading this quarterback very, very well. 2 interceptions against the #1 touchdown passer in the nation. That's pretty good. That interception leads to the first touchdown of the game. Peterson drops back to pass, finds a lane opening, and dives into the left side of the end zone for a touchdown. So Albert Peterson scoring with his legs in this one. It's a 9-0 lead for the USF Bulls to start out so far. However, right before the quarter ends, we see why Bryant is the #1 quarterback in the nation in touchdown passes. He just finds Horton, and Horton just turns the corner and takes it to the house himself. So it's now a 9-7 lead for USF now.
It's the second quarter. Ball on the 29-yard line, left hash. Peterson throws to Lino Boy, but it's a fumble. And it looks like Clemson does pick it up before the ball reaches out of bounds. Now, I did end up challenging this play. And we look back at it here. I actually got the play reversed, not because the ball got out of bounds. I actually got it reversed because Boyd was actually ruled down before the ball was freed loose, and I was able to keep possession and get in the red zone and get a fresh set of downs all in one play. But of course, on 3rd and goal, I try to run it in with McCall, gets stopped in the backfield, so I have no choice but to settle for 3 points. And after the said field goal, the score becomes 12-7. With almost 2 minutes left in the first half, Peterson in the gun with McCall on the left side of him. It's now 2 minutes exactly. Hikes the ball. Peterson drops back. I get the user catch with Lionel Boyd to bring us inside the 5. And 2 plays later, ball's on the 2, left hash, but I run inside out going to the left side, and Lionel Boyd is wide open, and he gets the left foot in bounds. So it's now 19-7 after the PAT. The booth reviews this catch. Wait, I don't remember this. Okay, I do not remember the booth reviewing this catch because I knew for sure. Look at the left foot on Lionel Boyd. He stops, catches it, drags the left foot with him. You only need one in college, and so the play stands. With a minute left in the first half, it's a play-action pass for Clemson. Clemson taking a shot deep in double coverage. They get into the red zone. Ball is marked at the 14-yard line. But after a huge holding call on 3rd and 4, the holding brings it back to 3rd and 14. Bryant throws a little screen pass here, or it looked more like a flat, but regardless, it's a 4th down, and Clemson will only have to settle for 3 at this point. First play of the second half starts out with a bang. Peterson rolling to his left, throwing it up for Lionel Boyd. Lionel Boyd even breaking a tackle on his way, crossing the 40-yard line, pushing to around a little behind the 35. One more catch from Lionel Boyd on this drive. Drops back to pass as Albert Peterson. Really thought Lionel Boyd got the touchdown there, but I decided not to challenge it again. I'm not trying to press my luck today, but Lionel Boyd has been putting on a clinic up to this point. And 2 plays later, Albert Peterson rolls to his right this time, finds Elgin Watkins for the touchdown in the middle of the end zone. That's the freshman's first and hopefully first of many receiving touchdowns. Less than 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's a 2nd and 8. Ball on the 45 right-hand side, and it looks like it's Eric Roberson that forced that fumble, and the freshman Clay Daniels picks it up. He's hyped about it. Turnover, USF ball. Clemson gets back on the board here with 3.5 minutes left in the third. They're going to motion the tight end here. It's a toss play to the halfback. Nichols is loose, and he is gone. Touchdown, Clemson. It is now a 26-17 lead for USF now. So there's still hope for a potential comeback here in Death Valley. This is a play you won't see every day. It's a 1st and 10, and it looks like it's a wide receiver reverse. Joe Beard picks up the first down and then some, a gain of 13. After a big sack on the following play, it's now a 2nd and long. Peterson rolling to his left. He stops, looks, fires to Reynolds, but Reynolds drops it. In the fourth quarter, Crystal Ball wants to go for it on 4th. Ball's on the 34. That is not the kicker's range. Peterson rolls right. Tries to throw the reel route to Carlos Pittman, but Carlos Pittman decides not to go after the ball. That is a very catchable ball, but unfortunately, it's a turnover on downs. A 3 and out here would be huge for this USF defense, but however, they throw the wheel route of their own, and Wilson just takes care of the rest. But on the extra point attempt to make it a 2-point game, the extra point was blocked and recovered by Clay Daniels, the freshman middle linebacker. So now it's going to be a 26-23 lead for USF. They'll still be up by 3 after the touchdown. A big 3rd down conversion here with 5.5 minutes left in the game. It's a post pattern from Bryant to Steele. Move the chains. But Clemson's presented with another 3rd down in the red zone, the 16 to be exact. The ball was tipped by Will Charles, the freshman, and that will lead to a field goal for Clemson. They'll tie this game up 26 apiece. But the following possession, USF put together a drive of dreams. After a failed jet sweep, it's 2nd and 13. Peterson going to stay in the pocket. Throws it up to Brent Reynolds. I almost said Brian Reynolds. That is a Pirates player. The very next play from the 46. Peterson from the gun. It's split backs. He'll just find Joe Beard on a crossing route on the right side. Gain of 7. Big third down right here. Split backs again. Peterson gets the ball off in time to McCall. He'll fight forward and get the first down off the slip screen. From the 44, left hash, Peterson scrolling. Doesn't force it, just checks it down to Joe Beard again. This is a gain of 9 this time. And on the 35, it's a 3rd and 1. Peterson scrambling all the way to the right sideline. Gets the first down. Also gets into the red zone. Then the very next play, a minute 40 left. Peterson rolling left. Finds Watkins and he catches it in traffic. Elgin Watkins gets to the 1-yard line. And this is probably the 5th or 6th time I've tried running this play inside the 5. But Marcus McCall finally pushes forward into the end zone and runs in for the score. It's 33-26 USF.
The following possession, it's already 4th and 10 with a minute left. Bryant drops back to pass. He stays in the pocket and Clay Daniels sacks him. And that pretty much ices the game right then and right there. But just when I thought that the game was all over, Crystal Ball says, you know what? Why not call another play? Joe Beard catches the drag, somehow stays in bounds to get inside the end zone. Just when I thought that Joe Beard would step out of bounds with his left foot, he turns and freaking walks into the end zone. Look at this play again. Peterson scrambles left, right there. I thought Joe Beard would get out of bounds for the first down. Instead, he stays in bounds and turns the first down into a touchdown. So we get the first win this season, right? We're 1-3 a total for the episodes, man, for season freaking 4, man. So good to finally showcase a win for you guys, man, without having to do all the sim cheese and whatnot, man. It feels really good. Like, I'm finally figuring out how to play with this offense. I'm going to show you guys, like, this is probably the most efficient game, like, not, for this season. It might be the most efficient game I have ever played all time. All freaking time. You can see the report card there, like, B+ passing. Look at this. Look at this. Albert Peterson, 20 for 36, 313 yards, 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. He even ran for 100 yards, got a rushing TD. Lionel Boyd, 10 catches, 185 yards. He went crazy. Brent Reynolds only got 1 catch for 18 yards against his former team. But it doesn't matter because he got the win. And that's all that matters. We got some defensive stats here. Roberson went crazy. We had 2 picks as well. But yeah, man, I'm very happy with how USF played today. In Death Valley, which is a very hard place to play at. It's easily a top 25 hard place to play, in my opinion, in the nation. No matter what save file this is, no matter how many dynasties I've done, this is always a tough place to play at. So getting a win here is huge. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Live the Rebel. Welcome to the conclusion of today's episode. This is a recruiting update as we just lost 10 points on one of the 5-star halfbacks. This is Brian Dotson out of Roswell, Georgia. He scratched USF off the list.
We're going to put the last 10 points on Sean Doyle, get his interest back up to where it needs to be. He currently has 8 schools he's looking at right now, so hopefully we can get into the top 5. Terrence Alexander, before the Clemson game, we had a visit initially against Utah, then saw that Utah and Washington scheduled their visits in week 11 and 14 respectively. So what I'm going to do is put UConn in between, we're going to put our game against UConn, which is right in between the Utah visit and the Washington visit. Now, if needed, I could always move up to the Rutgers game if need be. If I ever feel like we're losing points on them and we just need to just swoop in and just scoop up Terrence Alexander away from Utah, because if need be. Again, it's an outside linebacker. I would love him to complement the transfer that's going to be able to play next season. We have 2 more guys that are ready to visit. They could visit as early as this week versus Pittsburgh. However, I'm just going to put in Utah for both Stephen Bates out of Newcastle, PA, and also Quentin Salas from Warrington, Florida. So Quentin Salas is a free safety. This is a position we absolutely need. I would love to get out of the 3 guys that are ready to visit Tampa. Quentin Salas is definitely number 1, followed by the outside linebacker, and then Stephen Bates, the left tackle for sure. And with that, man, that's pretty much gonna wrap this up. Next episode, you guys will be seeing the game where we play we play West Virginia. Maybe we play Utah. It depends if I put the Alexander visit to Utah. Actually, no. Did I say Utah? No. I think I said Rutgers. Yeah, I apologize. Alexander's either going to be visiting when we play UConn or Rutgers. So we don't have to worry about that. If we do play Utah, great. If not, I would love to have like a doubleheader where we have, one game we play Rutgers with recruits coming in to visit, and then we play UConn right after. I mean, but again, it all depends on how the Sim versus Pitt goes, which I'll show you guys next episode, man. So, again, it's been your boy Lad the Rebel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next week, man. Peace.